Are we recording?
And
Hey, action.
we are recording.
Hey,
Hello, welcome to the Boxing Day edition.
Boxing Day.
Boxing Day
Now, why do
edition.
they call it Boxing Day?
Because the Lord of the Manor would bring the people that had to work on Christmas Eve and Christmas. They usually got the day after off, like the 26th.
Mm-hmm.
So he'd bring them a box of something as appreciation, whatever. That's how I done learned it.
I like it.
Learnt. Learnt.
Learned.
Okay, so what's going on in our world?
Oh, let's see. We woke up this morning and it was 16
2 nights in a row, hard
degrees.
freeze.
16. That's not 26, 36. That's still cold around them. 16.
It'd be alright. Now, who got outside with me and helped me with the birds? Thank you.
That's right. It was 16 degrees. Right?
Have you been a little lazy the past week?
Man, what you talking about? A little lazy? I done redefined the word lazy. I mean, lazy. You would look in the dictionary now and see the word lazy. You're going to be seeing me later.
I told him he's got to clock in by 10 o'clock tomorrow.
10 o'clock's a good time. It should be thawed out a little bit by then.
So,
So,
how was Christmas Eve? We did a short little video.
Christmas Eve was awesome.
At Christmas Eve. We had our Christmas on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And how was it?
I thought it was great.
I thought it was great.
Had the girls over here, and then the grandbabies over here. Son-in-law's over
They
here.
were like
we had
on
a blast.
crack.
We had a blast. And I had some cheese and some crackers and cheesecake.
It was good. We had a nice time.
Yeah.
And then Christmas Day, what did we do?
Christmas Day, we didn't do a thing. We sat here all day long. We unwrapped our stuff, but we didn't really have it wrapped. We just gave it to each other.
But he had a wreck with on a bit of black ice. When was that?
5 years ago.
5 years ago?
Yeah,
Is that one?
yeah. Coming home from work.
That was like, but you didn't go to work till what, 15 or 16? 16. Might have been 4 years ago or 3. Oh, 3.
Yeah, this next year would be 5 years.
Okay. So, had a wreck with some black ice in the last 5 years. And with the rain followed by extreme 2 days of freeze, we actually saw some black ice this morning. We were like, thank God we didn't go out till...
We did get a little bit of snow. Technically, it qualifies as a white Christmas.
Got a dusting.
And we had enough to make a tablespoon.
Mm-hmm. That sounds suspicious. Tell him my theory.
Oh my goodness! So
Tell him my theory.
Here's my wife's theory, right? So we're not going to take a vaccine.
No, the jab. The jab. We're not taking the jab.
We're not taking the jab. They're not jabbing me with any needles
Anywhere.
And what we figured out is if there's any kind of advanced technology that's
I like that.
That's
Chips.
that's part of the jab. Meth addicts are going to beat that. We're going to have a bunch of teenage mutant ninja meth rats running around the sewers, and they're going to beat it. They're not going to be mind controlled by anybody. All you're going to have is cockroaches and tweakers. That's it. That's it. What a time to get out of the game.
The things you learn.
Yeah. Oh, look. Here's Chubby Kitty. Come here, Kitty. Oh, no, don't get up there. Don't get up there.
Oh, he's getting up there.
He's getting up there.
He's eat.
He
Yep,
got
he got up there. Okay, good. Yeah.
Okay. He's out of the picture. What else we got going on? Oh, did you hear about the boom boom in Middle Tennessee?
Yeah, there was.
We ain't got no phone service nowhere.
And we went to where'd we go today?
Town.
Went to town looking for a steak. I actually have family in town till tomorrow, and I was hoping to get together with them. Can't call them. Can't text them.
Can't call them. Can't text them. Can't nothing. Gotta stop in and hope they're home.
Yeah, I might do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's
We got no phone service at all. Wi-Fi still works. Thank God for that.
Yeah, but that's a different company.
Yeah.
Different company, different network, because they're much more rural.
I'm still trying to figure out the timing on this whole thing. Doesn't seem right to me.
Yeah, because the phones went out early, but the explosion.
The boom boom happened early.
About 5:30 in the morning.
And
local
the phones
time.
didn't go out till yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, that was kind of strange. The whole thing was a little strange. Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, mine too.
Shush. So we tried to do some dumpster diving.
Yeah, we tried.
Wasn't
Wasn't nothing but a frozen puddle of water in the dumpster. Couldn't even get a trash bag out to check it. It was solid.
And then we went
to the Lowe's.
Looking for a hammer or some white paint, or what was the other thing?
A chainsaw chain.
A chainsaw chain. Didn't have a size.
Ended up buying a miter saw.
Yeah, it was like $99. If there's one thing getting through difficult times, if you see something nice on sale that you really need and you got the money, you better do it then.
I've always wanted a miter saw. The one I've got is the little yellow box with the handsaw.
But this is nice.
This is a push the button.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yay. You see, we got a little bag to catch the sawdust.
Yeah.
I'm tickled. Just tickled. I hadn't used it yet, but that's coming
So that's kind of like your big present. I mean, we didn't set out to get one. We just...
Right.
We knew he's got projects that he wants to work on around the house.
I mean, with the price that they had, we couldn't say no to it. So I will be doing a review of it once I've used it a few times. Check it out. See how it does.
Oh, speaking of review, for Christmas we got...
Ooh.
Cafe... What does it say?
Cafe Aroma Real. Our oldest daughter brought this for us. She got it from Mexico.
She's been vacationing a lot in Mexico.
It's 100% pure coffee. And it comes in this nice bag. There's another bag inside this. This nice little carrying bag. And
it's very tasty.
It is very, very tasty.
It's not strong, but it's smooth.
Yeah, very smooth. I can't tell.
El Sabor del Campo.
Yeah. El Sabor del Campo.
It's nice. We like it.
I ain't sure what that means. But I'm trying to figure out if it's a light or medium roast or medium dark.
Tastes like medium to dark.
Tastes like a medium, yeah. But it is very, very tasty. I do recommend this if you can get your hands on some of it.
100% pure.
Los Cabos.
100% puro.
100% puro. That means real.
Yeah.
Real. Genuine. Real. Yeah. So, what else you got going on?
We actually have a topic for today. Given the hard times that people are going through, Given the hard times that people are going through, I thought we could gloss over some of the ways that we've made money or got by in official and or unofficial economies. Is that how I said that? That's pretty smooth.
I mean, I'm confused now, but yeah, I like that.
All right. I'll start. One of the ways.
Yeah. No.
What? I mean, what?
My pinky. Can I pinky?
Yeah. If you're nervous, you can pinky.
I'm always nervous.
All right. So, one of the ways that we got by when we first got together, I was in bankruptcy. And they literally took X amount every week, and it was close to...
Oh my goodness, they took a lot.
I was literally living on probably $8 an hour take home.
Yeah.
Like it was tough, and we had a housemate for a while. She didn't pay a lot, but it made a difference. So I recommend if you're having a hard time and you can kind of screen the people and do your research, and also research how to evict them before you bring them in.
Yeah.
Because in these times, I would not go into agreements with families because,
Families are like fish. After a few days, they start stinking and they need to get out of the house.
Yeah, and it's tough. But if you're really in a hard spot, I recommend a housemate or roommate. That did help us out.
Yeah, it did.
Quite a bit during tough times.
Another thing, we tried it for a little while. I never got good at it, but couponing. Couponing was fun. It's thing with couponing though is you have to buy a bunch really save money at it. You have to buy a bunch of stuff that you don't really need, but just because it's on sale. Yeah, I didn't see the point in it.
YouTube. What about our YouTube earnings?
We're not even at 100 subscribers yet. We're getting close though. We're at 95.
Now, in the unofficial economy that you've worked for before, what were some of the things that you did to get by?
The unofficial economy I worked for before?
The unofficial economy.
Oh, you mean when I was in the pokey?
In the pokey.
On deployment?
On deployment.
I mean, I would shine boots, to make a living. I would ran a little gambling ring. I'm not saying that was completely legal, but we would gamble on everything in the pokey. We'd even gamble on what guard was working the dorm we were in. I mean, everything. What else?
Did you trade?
Trading was...
That's how you got your ink here.
Yeah,
you traded around for it.
Yeah.
So somebody else, while you were shining shoes, somebody else was inking
doing
for
ink,
a side hustle.
It cost me $7.50 for all that. Bag of coffee, a box of Sweet and Low, and a honey bun.
What are some other things you've done to make money or to get by?
Oh man, recycling metal.
Oh yeah, we did that a little bit. We actually tried to do that for ministry we were involved in. We tried to recycle, random metal around the place and cans.
I mean, right now there's not a lot of money in it, but you never know what metal is going to bring from one day to the next. But it's aggravating, it's hard work, but it's worth it sometimes. Another thing you can do is add in your local paper for firewood. Chop up firewood for people. If you got a truck, you can deliver it to them. They'll pay you.
I saw an ad in a Facebook group. Somebody was having a hard time. He literally took a picture of his truck bed with a chainsaw and I think maybe a shovel. And he said, looking for work. It needs to be cash. I've got to get by from point A to point B. And people hired him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's always a good one.
Yeah, go to your farmer's market, take some eggs, get some stuff grown up, garden, go to the farmer's market, make a little bit of changes there. Go door to door with a lawnmower if you have to.
That's a good one.
Pile it up.
I actually read that in a book somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be surprised what people will pay for. Get your car washing supplies, throw in the truck, go to somebody's house.
I read a book about a ex-con that got started doing that, and he went to the oldest lady with the messiest lawn on the street, did her house for free as a reference for everyone else, and people hired him.
Yeah, a lot of people don't want to get out if they're working 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours a week like I do. They don't want to get out and mess with this stuff. They want to take a day or 3 off, and I mean, people will pay. They will. You won't become rich, but I mean, you gotta define rich. What is rich to you? To me, I'm loaded. I got plenty, but we don't have much.
Now, there was a guy in 2018 while you were busy working who did some fence work for me and built the goose house.
Yeah, yeah.
And installed the fences. And
he did a good job, too.
And also did the garden beds. That was it was probably one of his income streams that he did. And he did good work.
Look on Craigslist or go to some of the maybe thrift stores or flea markets. Find you a pressure washer.
I did that. Yeah.
Yeah, do some pressure washing. People like to have stuff cleaned.
I did some.
Clean out gutters.
I did some resale for a while.
Oh yeah, that worked pretty well for a little while.
It was okay.
Until you ran into the hidden costs.
Yeah, it ended up being a lot more than it was worth. People that can find, basically, I bought stuff and I flipped it. And I would buy it super cheap, and I would flip it for what I considered decent, but all the hidden costs, and I tended to gravitate towards things that were heavy. So if you could say, there's a guy on YouTube that flips like mostly vintage T-shirts. They're easy to flip.
Yeah.
And they're easy to ship.
You don't pay that ridiculous shipping cost either. Yeah.
And yeah, but I did that for a while. It wasn't exactly a part-time job, but it was a fairly decent hobby. And I still have a room full. I've given a bunch away, but I still have a room full of vintage dishes.
And another thing too, with the economy the way it is, there are still some people hiring. Don't think that you are above working for someone like McDonald's or Dollar Tree or something. If you see a sign that says hiring, put an application in.
I actually did that.
That'll get your foot in the door somewhere.
Well, I mean, I did a job. 2 of the jobs I did. One while you were one while you were winding down your. We were pretty in a bad state, and I actually got a job at Walmart.
Walmart, yeah.
Only lasted 2 days, but I ended up with pneumonia the next week, so it is what it is. And then I also worked at a job at a assisted living, really high dollar assisted living. I did that for almost 6 months. And it was all right. I mean, the fact that they were just opening made the work tolerable because we weren't super, super, super busy. Made it tolerable, but I don't like taking care of anybody.
Right.
let alone cranky old people.
I mean, she yells at the cats.
No, I don't.
Ask Chubb.
Okay,
Chubb, does she yell at you?
Sometimes. He's not talking.
Yeah, he's just nodding.
But if you get stuck in your mind that you're too good for something, that's when you'll fail.
Yep.
You have to adjust your reality to your circumstances. The reality up here has to meet the circumstances around you. Mm-hmm. When he was away for a month, I actually started at that assisted living, and it broke my heart to have to go back to that line of work, but it was what I needed to do to get by in a difficult time, and that kept us afloat.
It did.
It did for 6 months.
It did.
Yeah. And when you went back to work, you started at the lowest rung, and you didn't care. You were just glad to be back to work, knowing that you were going to build something up. I mean, you didn't go back in there thinking you were going to be in charge again. You went back on the bottom and worked your way up.
That was my plan.
Yeah. So people that survive difficult times, you have to be flexible. I remember reading a story about the collapse of the Soviet Union, and people that had lived a lifetime in the system and had degrees, and they were used to the prestige and the honors that came with these degrees. Well, in the new economy that Russia became after the collapse, they couldn't do anything. They were penniless. They didn't have their pensions anymore. They couldn't survive. But people who were like, you know what, I'm going to skip the border, go buy some cheap stuff from China, come back and sell it. I don't care if I have a college degree, but this is what I need to do to make it. Those were the ones that made it.
Yeah.
You have to be flexible.
I mean, you look at it this way, you can't stand on the mountaintop without first going through the valleys. You got to go through the valleys to get to the mountaintop. So you're not going to start out on top.
Can we think of anything else?
I think that's about it.
Yeah. Stay flexible.
Yeah, stay flexible.
Stay flexible.
If the phone rings, answer it.
Look for opportunity everywhere.
Don't spend your days on the internet complaining about not being able to find work. Go out there and get it.
And you're not.
Go out there and get it.
If you need to wipe butts or flip a burger or wipe a table or wash dishes. I did that back when I was young. I didn't care. So, humble yourself and you'll make it.
Yeah.
You'll make it. Don't think you're too good for something.
Right.
Right. You got a word?
I do have a word. Today's word is going to be in the book of Psalms, chapter 16, verse number 1. It says, "Preserve me, O God, for in thee do I put my trust."
I love the book of Psalms.
Yeah.
And these difficult times, there's been a lot of online. For some reason, the visual format doesn't do as much for me as in person. And we haven't been to church in a while because germs.
Yeah.
Germs.
Yeah.
And I just haven't wanted to be around.
Being a single income family, I can't afford to go out and get a fever, because if I get a fever, I'm going to be out a minimum of 10 days.
In the book of Psalms, I highly recommend it. It just really talks to people going through a tough time when it seems like they're the only ones in the world in a corner by themselves in the dark. Lights are out. They're struggling. Oh God, help me please. And it's such a comfort to me. How about you?
I love it. I love it. I love the Psalms, but also like a lot of the New Testament, anything that Paul wrote. I love Paul.
He gets a little too.
You know what? Me and Paul, we could have hung out. We could have hung out. I really believe that.
Now, was he the one with the temper?
Perhaps. No, actually, the one with the temper was Peter.
Peter, who chopped off the ear?
Peter was the one with the temper.
Ah.
I could have rocked with him too. Yeah.
So thanks for watching, and we'll be back in a day or two with a miter saw review.
Yeah. As soon as I get a couple of days use under my belt, I'm going to review it and tell you all about it.
We've got one more day without grandkids and then 3 days of grandkids. So you'll be getting stuff done.
I'll be getting stuff done.
You'll be getting stuff done.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
They were so sugar. They were acting.
My goodness. Hey. One of them was actually, our youngest daughter told us that she got up at 1:30 one morning to go into the room. She couldn't find her phone, and the youngest one, the 4-year-old's in there with the phones watching videos at 1:30 in the morning. Looking at her like, what? Leave me alone.
I got this. Y'all stay safe, stay sane, stay well. Read a word or two. We highly recommend the book, the good book, the original book. And we'll talk at you soon.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.